This is the haystack with a big hay pole, and there's a horse on the front, and someone's leading the horse, and it takes a scoop of hay up in the big scoop and drops it onto the hay rick. And when the rick is finished, it is thatched in with proper reed, just the same as we thatch a house now with spars, which would have been made from hazel cut from the hedges. I can remember my dad making spars. And this would be my grandfather with sheaves of corn, bringing the corn. You can just see the stooks there.
And over here you can see
Yes, and you can see them harvesting again, the stooks and the horse and the binder. You see the binder was pulled by horse in those days.
Yeah, you can
Yes,
see
and
that.
there's horse drawn. And this is a horse drawn, I'm not quite sure what it is, a cultivator of some kind here, with my grandfather. Yes. We had a huge community always when it was threshing days. The corn was cut with a binder into sheaves. The sheaves were stooked up with 6 or 8 in a stook and left to dry out. And after so many days, I forget exactly, they were harvested and brought into ricks. And then these ricks, my dad used to thatch them down with reed, and then when thrashing day came, the big thrasher would move in and we'd have helpers from all the farms around, and then when they had thrashing days, my father would send, if there was 1 man came from that farm, he'd send 1. If there was 2, 2 would go back. And this is how the farming community were able to do and manage those big, busy days. It was very busy for the farmer's wife because they provided food for everybody. But as life went on, we didn't need the threshers because we had the combine harvester. And my father, again, I think he was one of the early ones to have a combine around this area. And it was one that bagged off the corn. The straw went out the back, but the grain was gathered in sacks. And, you had to go around and lift the sacks. But it was a good invention when they did away with the sacks. And the corn was then brought in trailers. And it cut out all that lifting, because my father would lift 100-weight sacks, which was no good to anyone, to be carrying such heavy weights. So that was, farming has moved on, and it would probably surprise my father even today, and he didn't die so long ago. But my grandfather, he wouldn't believe what he could see